Well, Scotland's biggest city, Glasgow, voted yes to independence, but of course it wasn't enough to sway the final result. Our chief correspondent, Alex Thompson, was there through the night and joins us now. Now, Alex, the young voters seem to have been yes voters. Are they feeling crushed?
Well, not exactly. I noticed Jon Snow may say that the wind's gone out of the balloon in Edinburgh. He should get down the motorway here. Stuart, just push in behind me. This has just all started in the last few minutes before we came on air. Another impromptu speech. A man with a big hoarding talking about red Tories. Hatred here of the Labour Party. They see them as standing shoulder to shoulder with the Tories against what people in this city, at any rate, and Dundee want, which is independence. We were here overnight, as you say, and caught the moment when the news came through that Glasgow at least had gone yes for independence. This is what happened. Plenty of wind left in the proverbial balloon at that stage, though, of course, as the news came through that the whole of Scotland, the majority, had gone for a no, and it has to be said, a rather bigger no than the polls had been predicting in the last few weeks. The mood changed, and we were witnessing people, many of whom had been activists, had been campaigning for many weeks, in tears. Absolutely no hint of any trouble at all or anything of that nature, and Police Scotland looked on pretty benevolently as the whole thing took place over many hours. I think a lot of these people deep down knew perhaps or sensed that this silent majority would carry the day. Krish.
And so what are they saying now? What are their big thoughts?
I think the big thoughts, two or three things. Time and again, people here pointed out that there's a lesson here, and we've discussed it in this programme, to be taken up in England. They're well aware that lots of parts of England, northwest, northeast, feel alienated from Westminster in exactly the same way as clearly the majority of people in this great city also do. They think there are lessons to be learnt for that, and a lot of people wanted to talk about that. You mentioned the turnout, you mentioned the 97% registration rate. This is phenomenal. I've got to say, you don't see these sort of figures outside one-party dictatorships. Scotland has shown the world, let alone the rest of Britain, something in terms of political engagement. Whether that's a temporary phenomenon, we just don't know. But there's an enormous groundswell of opinion here for the Westminster government to start delivering on the promises it's given to devolution.
Thanks, Alex.